Hey there and happy Wednesday, guys. I am so super excited for today's card. You can't believe it. So it's kind of funny sometimes when I get my post ready to let you guys know a half hour before I go live. I'm sometimes tempted with the cards I'm really excited about, like to put like going live exclamation point times 6, because there's certain cards that I just finish up and I go, oh, I can't wait to demo this for you guys. And today is one of those cards. Hi there, Lois. So to tell you, like give you a little sneak peek of hinting what it will be, like yesterday I said it could be a fluffy bunny, or it could be like a cowboy. So I got my flannel shirt on today, guys, because I'm working with the Ride the Range bundle. So hopefully my sunshine's not taking away too much from the card, and I'm really excited about using it. Hi Kay, hi Diane, hi Brenda. So yeah, this and Donna too, wonderful. So this is a card that is going to have a lot of die cutting to it, and I kind of when I wasn't feeling good last week, I thought I want to get this out, but it seemed like it might be a lot of mental work, or everything seemed like mental work last week. But as I got this out today to work, I went, oh gosh, this is so fun and it's not hard at all, and that made me even more excited to share it with you guys. So I just wanted to get my iPad going here before I flip my camera around. And while that catches up, I just want to also remind you on this page, this Facebook page, I'm running a little special promo giveaway, and I want to remind people, or just let you guys know in case you haven't seen it. Hi there, Pam, and hi, Linda. So, well, this is funny. I have a butterfly stuck to the stamp case. Okay, so this Punch Party stamp set was for hostesses during celebration that got party sales of $300. And so I was able to score some extras. And so what I'm doing is I'm giving away a Punch Party stamp set every week in March, every week. So this week, all you have to do is find the post that has these images on it on this Facebook page here. Find that post, and then in the comments, take a picture, and in the comments, post that picture of a card that you've been working on, scrapbook, anything crafty that you've been working on. And then at the end of the week, Sunday, I will put my all those names in my little wheel. I have a little app, Wheel Decide, and I can put all those names in there, spin it, and that will automatically select the winner. So it takes the stress off of me of picking a favorite, because so far the ones that I've seen are all winners. And I don't think you have to worry about, oh, does my work measure up or not? It's just about inspiring others. That's the whole reason I do these videos too, because some cards you might like and some you might not like. And so that's a way that you guys can inspire each other and put some ideas out there, because we all love seeing ideas. Hi, Pam. Thanks for sharing. And you're from North Carolina. Wow. Okay. So then, like I said, my winners will get the Punch Party stamp set, 4 of them this month. So I hope to see a lot more people jump in with their comments, just because that way we can be inspired by your artwork too. And trying to see here if my iPad, if it doesn't jump on, I will just watch for comments on my phone there too, because I don't see that it wants. Oh, there I am. There I am. Okay, let me set that down and get my camera moved around for you guys. Here we go. So since that was a long intro and a lot of you jumped on, it must be a good time of the day. I'll show you my cardigan facing this way. So this is the Ride the Range bundle. Lots of fun dies in here that just add so much character, great stamps, and I just love, because I live on a farm, I love everything about this. And so when I decided to get the bundle, it didn't take long to decide. It's from, here we go, from the mini catalog here, and it's on page 68. So for those that are horse lovers in your life, or have cattle, which my son does, and they live right across the road, so can see them usually right out to my window. Sometimes they've made it on my Facebook Lives. I love just the rustic barbed wire fence and the horseshoe, and so many different sentiments. I think that's what also sold me on this. You could make it into like a graduation card, or, you know, somebody that's retiring, life is a journey. And even the thank you, thanks, that's mighty kind of you. Just, I love how it just has that country feel to it. Birthday, good luck, take time for the simple things, just for a note card, blaze your own trail. I love, love, love everything about it. Hey there, Kay. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Wendy. So you can tell I'm excited, so I'll just be still about that. So, yep, so this is the stamp set here. So if you want to see kind of like a better image of kind of the sizing of it. And what I like too, I think the sentiments are a perfect size. They just kind of are ones that you can just grab the card and it's not hiding. It just kind of makes its statement, where I feel like this is also one of those sets that I might be pulling out just for the sentiments to go with other stamp sets that I have too. So I'll set that aside. Yesterday I talked about the butterfly bouquet, and I pulled out this 12 by 12 kind of like hardwood grain look, and I was going to try and incorporate this as my background of my card today because I love the wood grain, and I thought, oh, that'll look perfect with some straw bales and such. And yet I totally went a different way, but I thought, okay, I just wanted to pull that in because that might be coming out at some point too. These are all the colors that I'm working with today. A lot of kind of earth tones and nature tones. So I've got some soft suede, garden green, pool party, both smoky slate, basic gray, some white. And then my card base is going to be pretty peacock, which also reminds me that I need to let you guys know this is one of this year's retiring in colors. So I love pretty peacock. A lot of you did kind of that deep turquoise colors. So this will be retiring the end of April. So keep that in mind, because a lot of times when the retiring colors come up on the retiring list, the ink pads, re-inkers, cardstock, all that sells out way before the end of its time selling there too. Okay, so a lot of this is going to be stamping, die cutting, assembling. So let me start with some stamping. So let me pull out my pretty peacock ink pad here. And then I'm going to go with stamping that on some smoky slate. So just going to ink that up and put that on there like so. And I'm going to set that aside. I'm hoping to do all the stamping and then I can do all the die cutting after that. Actually, not a lot of stamping today. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Okay, and then I'm going to take these cows. They're all together here. I'm going to take the cows and ink those up just in Memento Black all at once. And if I get too far on my card, I will forget to mention this. You can see I love the artistry of the sketching of the black spots on there. I got out my black Stampin' Blends. I was going to take the lighter one and just kind of color in some of those spots. And I decided it looks so much better just sketched just like that. So I left it. But if you want your cows to be solid like that, then you can keep that in mind too. Okay, I think that's all the stamping I'm going to do for now, so I can get out to the dies. I'm going to actually just move my camera here. These are the fun dies that I'm using, all of these dies here on my desk. So all of these pieces are coming from the Ride the Range bundle of dies. And then this one is from a separate set. So I just kind of want to show you that. Whoops. Okay, get that back. Hopefully I'm not making you dizzy. And so the dies that coordinate for the 10% savings with the Ride the Range stamp set are the open range dies. So you saw all those dies over there. Most of them I'll kind of be using, but then got the horseshoe and the bales and the horse that I'm not using today. And then that extra little piece here that's going to be used for the sentiment is actually the Ornate Frames dies. And the Ornate Frames dies comes from the annual catalog. And something kind of fun about that, let me pull out my annual catalog, because I have to show you. These were part of a Halloween set when they first came out a couple of years ago, and yet we've made so many fun and elegant cards, wedding cards, anniversary cards, and all sorts of fun stuff with those ornate dies. And this is the one that I'm using today here, just for kind of that nice frame. So that's from the annual catalog, page 182. And I kind of like to just point that out because a lot of you guys got those dies when they came out, so you might already have those. I was not excited about pulling in an extra thing today to make the card, but yet I just loved how it framed that sentiment. Okay, so I have my card base here, which is pretty peacock, and it's going to fold 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I have it scored, but I'm leaving it open just so that it is flatter for putting this big die through here. So having it scored, I know exactly where my crease is so that I can center this big thing. I kind of feel like that's going to be like my trivia question homework challenge for you guys is, what do we do with that? Is it going to be a loaf of bread in a card later, or is it going to be like a tomb for Easter, or how am I going to incorporate that? Because as I make these cards for everyone for Stamp Camp, this is now going to be today's card, but I'm going to have all these pieces here left over of this. So like I said, could be a fun loaf of bread if you have a baker in your life, or a tomb or something. So I would love feedback for that. Hi Lois and Ginger and Amy. Great. Okay, let me slide this back through here because I'm going to do a lot more die cutting. So let me pull that sentiment here and center that. And so, like I said, this is from the Ornate dies. It's the only die that I'm using today that isn't part of the bundle. And the fun thing about this too is it's stitched. I didn't mention that before. I think that kind of adds that kind of fun country feel to that. And then I'm going to push that through here, and then I'm going to line up the cows. So the die, I should say, for the cows is all 3-in-1, which I love. And because I want some clouds, look at this fun die. It does 2 clouds in 1 pass. So I'm just going to kind of tuck that right there because I want some white clouds on my card too. So I'll put that through. I was actually going to do some of this die cutting to save time, but sometimes it's like, just for you guys to see how fun some of these dies are is kind of a neat thing too. So yeah, you can do both clouds at once, but they cut out separate once they're cut out. And then this is something too that I wanted to show. I'm using some garden green for the little pasture piece, and the die that cuts kind of the little grass section here, which is this greenery here, is just this little tiny strip. So it just cuts however you want it to be. So your grass can be 6 inches tall, and 1/4 inch or whatever. And so you just lay it on there. And so what I did, I knew my piece needed to be 4 inches wide. So I just took a 4-inch strip and then cut it wide or high enough so that when I just do this, now I can, when I cut it through, I'll have enough for 2 cards at once, because I'll just be doing that right across the middle like so. So maybe that'll make more sense after I've cut it. So now I have 2, like for today's card and 4 more cards for you guys that are requesting cards. And then one of the dies that I think is super cute is this windmill. Look at this windmill. So sometimes when Stampin' Up! Comes out with stamp sets, there's no like windmill stamp image in the stamps, but then the dies have like the fun accessories. We saw that with the Hey Chick bundle stuff. And so even though there's not a stamp for this, it's a super cute windmill. And so for some reason, my first one, everything popped out. This one, not so much. Trying to think, I might just line it up and run it through again. I don't know why. The last one, all of these tiny pieces just went through. So it could be that my plate also is starting to warp a little bit. So maybe I didn't have quite the pressure. I'm gonna line that up and see how it looks. Otherwise we might have to run another one through. The joys of doing a live video, guys. Okay, now I see lots of pieces coming out. And there we go. That's what I wanted to see, were all those tiny pieces coming out. Yeah, literally the other one I did, there wasn't a piece that stuck to it. There we go. But isn't that cute? Look at that. And I think this will be fun, done maybe in metallic, like a foil, or even brown too, that color. Now my last die is a fence, and this is another one of those dies that there is a barbed wire image. That is a stamp, but this is actually the fence that is just a fun little accent piece here too. So that I'm cutting out in soft suede. And then I will be done die cutting, pretty sure. Yes, I will be done die cutting. Okay, so we have this kind of rustic looking fence. How fun is that? Hi there, Diane. Okay, so a lot of it, like I said, is die cutting. I'm just gonna clean that off, but now we're already to the easy part of assembling. So like I said, I've already scored this. I'm going to get out my bone folder. Now that I have cut that, just gonna give that a good crease. And before I insert my pool party I've cut 4 by 5 1/4, so that way I have a little bit of give on the inside like so. But before I attach that in there, I want to get my garden green pasture in here. So I'm just going to take my seal and get some tape going there, and I'm going to give that about, I would say a 1/2 inch from the bottom. That's not going to show, but I want to scoot this green up like there. Hi there, Cheryl. I'm starting to feel better. I still get tired really fast, but I think I've overdone it with cleaning too to get germs out of the house. Hi there, Missy. Okay, so I've got that on there. And then next, what I want to do is kind of close this up. And actually, no, I'll be able to, yeah, I'll actually be able to tape that in there now. So I'm just going to run the seal along the edge like so. I don't want to get it too close to the card, otherwise it will seal shut. So I'm going to try and get my tape as close as I can to the outside of that die cut. And then I can just kind of center this here and then just fold it over. And if there's any extra tape there, I don't know if you guys do that, you can just kind of rub it off with your fingers. So now we have the basis here of that backdrop of scenery. And then next, what I want to do is take my sentiment here, that life is a journey, enjoy the ride. I'm going to try and get my camera or my light here. The sunshine is great today, but I feel like it's giving me shadows. So I just want to tape that down. And the fun thing is kind of this curve fits right into that curve up here too. So I'm just going to center that like so. And then where's my fun little windmill? I'm going to take a glue dot here from my glue dots and just stick that like so on the little pane. And then there's another kind of bigger part just down here that has enough room for another glue dot. And I kind of want it to go up by the sign, but not over the word. So I'm going to tuck it into my frame here. There's enough give where I can tuck it, and then I'll go right up to my sign up here, and then I'll just press those glue dots down. So there we have that like so. And then for the cows, like I said, I didn't want to do a lot of coloring, but I thought, oh, how fun if I could just add a little green. So I'm taking my light mossy meadow and just taking the bullet edge here, and I'm just going to kind of scribble a little bit of green right by the feet. And the artistry design on this is that there's just little tiny hash marks already in that area for the grass to look like grass. So I'm just going to do kind of 3 little patches of grass, whoops, grass there like so. And that I'm going to pop up with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to put like 1 and 2 and 3 dimensionals on there. And I kind of laugh too, because I always say Stampin' Up! Like totally measures out their artwork. I love how like a dimensional fits there exactly in that little spot. Like if it was any smaller, it wouldn't fit there. And so then these cows I can just kind of pop, and I kind of want to make sure that it doesn't look like that top cow is standing up in the sky. So I'm going to kind of bring that down like so. And then for the fence, I'm just going to take a little bit of my Tombow glue here. And sometimes this wants to rush right out, but hopefully it can control it. Sometimes I'll just put a blop and then with my finger spread it along like so, just by tapping. I can get rid of it that way. Just going to wipe off the extra, and then that's going to be ready to put right down on the peacock. I'm going to put that right, whoops, sticking to my finger, right across the front of the card. So got that look going on for a little extra accent piece. And then the only other thing is next are my clouds. So because they're pretty tiny pieces, I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool and just with the tacky end, I can pick up the tiny cloud and push it right into a glue dot like so. And then that's going to go right on my card. So that's in the sky like so, and I'm going to do that same thing, just take it with my Take Your Pick tool and push that into a glue dot, and it'll stick right on there, and then onto my card. Oops, got a little bit of tacky I can rub off. Or actually I have this little tiny eraser thing that works great for inks and adhesives. Okay, there we go. So how fun is that? Like I said, lots of little pieces for die cutting, but I was expecting it to be a lot fussier to actually assemble, but it's just like you cut everything out and just assemble it. And I love how you can just get the grass, that pasture right on there, tucked in there. So this whole scene is like on top or part of this. And then from the inside, you don't see anything because it's all on there, kind of just enclosed like so. Just gonna push that down a little bit more. And then for the inside, that was tough for me today because this could be, like I said, this the stamp set had so many different sentiments, but I loved Take Time for the Simple Things. And I thought for those of you receiving this card, you could make that be a birthday card. You could always add happy birthday to it or anything, but I loved how the Take Time for the Simple Things was such a great compliment to the Life is a Journey, Enjoy the Ride and such. So I wanted to, whoops, follow through again with some more Pool Party instead of white. A lot of times I do white inserts, but I thought, oh, look at how fun this comes together if I do another 4 by 5 1/4 inch insert to match the other side that has the whole landscape on there. So Take Time for the Simple Things. And I'm not adding any more embellishments. I thought about maybe putting a little something in the center of the windmill, but with all of these fun accent pieces all being made out of cardstock, I thought embellishments might actually take away from the card. And I just wanted the 3D of the clouds and the popped up cattle and the fence coming out, all of that to kind of steal the show. So thanks, Mary. Yeah, these dies are amazing. So can't wait to do more with the stamp set, and especially like the horseshoes, and there's just so much that I think you'll be seeing this a lot. I hope it carries over so that I can keep using this for ideas for you guys. So that is today's card number 2. So like I said, maybe a little putsy, but not too bad. I kind of went, okay, sometimes when I am designing a card, by the time I think of the idea, get everything cut out, get everything assembled, it could be an hour or 2. And yet when I go to do my video, it might be 15 minutes, it might be half an hour. So I always kind of look at the end and go, okay, that did take a long time, or maybe that didn't take as much time at all. So that is card number 2. for March's virtual stamp camp pack of 10. So how you get my pack of 10 cards is if you place a minimum $75 order using my host code for the month, which I had on my desktop, and then I will post this picture with all the details and the items that, there was a ladybug. And then all of the items that I've used to make the card. I always put the host code in with my still shot of today's card too, so that you'll have that. So if you place a $75 order using that code, you'll get all 10 cards for free. If you want to place a larger order, and some of you do, so that you can qualify for host rewards, that is great too. So you can get host rewards or my cards. So you pick, I let you guys pick. And so when an order comes through, I always look to see if the host code has been added or if you've used your host rewards or not too. So if you just go, you know, I'm fine with items and I don't need to order anything, and you still want the set of 10 cards, just let me know and you can get the pack of 10 cards for $22. And a lot of you guys do that as well too. So it's just one of those things that you get to pick, and each month you get that choice too. And if you guys are just joining in, don't forget to look for the Punch Party post that I did yesterday and see if you can get entered in there to win one of these stamp sets. So lots going on this month. Like I said, my goal this week and maybe into next week is to use all new things that I haven't even opened up yet, and UPS just came today. So I know that that'll be an easy goal for me to achieve. I just need to stick with it because I might be pulling in things that I've used before, but most of the main characters that I'll be putting on the cards this week and next week will be all new things. So like I said, celebration was great, but it's kind of time to move on and get some fresh ideas out there for you guys. And hope you guys are enjoying the sunshine and that you can get something done outside. We've been cleaning our garage because we have our son home for spring break. He came home. So see you guys tomorrow afternoon, and I will be bringing something probably with a fluffy bunny for you guys tomorrow afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.